All right, this is a picture of our world, and I'm going to put a crack in it because our world is broken. And I turn to the person and I say, would you agree that our world is broken? There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of, they always are like, oh yeah, our world is broken, right? They never, always agree with that part. I say, but it was not always this way. Originally, it was God's perfect design. And things between the first people and God were perfect, and things between the first two people, Adam and Eve, were perfect. But unfortunately, they decided to go their own way, do what they wanted to do. And the Bible calls that sin. And that sin is what made the world broken. That's what messed everything up. And people feel this brokenness inside them. They do. They know something's not right. Something is broken, and I need a fix. And they search for solutions. And some people, like I did, try to find solutions in drugs and alcohol. And some people think if I just get the right job and make enough money, or stuff. Some people think relationships. If I just find the right person for me, or through a sexual relationship, that will fulfill me. Or whatever self-help or Oprah says to do, right? Just any kind of fix. Well, the problem with all these things is they're like bungee cords, and they just snap us right back into the brokenness. They don't work. But God saw our brokenness, and because He loves us, He did something about it. He sent Jesus down to the earth, who was God in the flesh. And Jesus lived the perfect life. He never sinned, not even once. And so that He was able to be the perfect sacrifice on the cross for our sins. The religious leaders of His day were jealous of His influence, and they killed Him. But that was actually part of God's design all along, is that He would die for our sins. And He would be able to take our sin for us on our behalf. He was buried and He rose from the dead. He came back to life. And God made Him king over everything. And King Jesus says that if we would turn and we would follow Him, that He would restore us, which means He would make things right between us and God. He would bring us back together and restore us and help us to grow in Him. Yes. And then you turn to the person and you say, okay, every person in the world is in one of two places. They're either in brokenness or they've been restored and made right with God. They're in one of two places. Which place are you in? And that's the question for you this morning. Which place are you in? And if you need to turn and follow Jesus, we would love to help you do that this morning.